Hey, Brian from Garage Mahal. Today we are working on a fuel filter to a 99 Jeep Grand Cherokee filter. And it's located all the way in the back. But before you do anything, it's very important that you disconnect the fuel pump to release all the pressure in the system. So on this year, it's going to be 29 as the fuel pump relay. And you lift the cover up. And 29 is going to be right here. So if you look under here, it's going to say fuel pump. So just disconnect this relay. And they come up with a little bit of a wiggle. But that is your fuel relay. And then what you want to do is you want to start your vehicle until it stalls, which will show you you got no fuel left in the system. So let's start it up. So she stalled out pretty quick. All right, so there's no fuel in the system, and then we can raise it up and we can start working on getting the disconnects off. And there's three disconnects. Let's raise her up and take a look and see what we got going on. I think that's actually a little bit too high, but let's take a look what we got going on underneath here. And I like to spray everything down. So your fuel filter is located up there. So I'm just going to give all the fittings a little bit of a spray just to make them come off a little bit easier. And that metal one back there is all corroded. So let's see how that one works. Okay, we'll let that sit for a while and then we'll start taking them off. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to work on getting these lines disconnected now that they've soaked for a little bit. And I know a lot of guys don't do that, but I think it makes it a lot easier. Alright, so a pair of needle nose. We're going to get this end one off because this is going to give you probably the most trouble. And we're going to need to get the filter off to get the rest of it. So kind of tilt it back and forth a little bit. Almost there. The rest of the way. So watch out for fuel. So as you saw, there's quite a bit of fuel that comes out of that line. And then these are 10 millimeters. We are going to take the fuel filter down. So we can get to the other ones. Loosen this up first a little bit. That one on. Anyway, let's get the other filter out. Alright, let's get the other line out. This one's also going to be a pressure fitting that's on here. And you're basically going to be pushing those two pieces in and then pulling out just like on the other side. Said there was a lot of fuel. And that was after we ran a relay. dry. Okay. You can see on the other side that that one comes out pretty easy. This fitting is actually breaking apart on me. Just about out. Alright, so we got the other line out, and this one is completely broken apart. So if you can see it probably here a little bit better. So we're gonna have to put that new fitting on. Can't break this the rest of the way off. There we go. A little snip. This line down. Let's cut it off with little snips. Okay. All right, so that fitting's toast. Now this next one is definitely a little bit of a pain in the butt. Continue working on getting this bolt on down up here. Alright. Got that torqued out. Let's use the old Milwaukee. Done. Some more fuel's coming out. Alright, so this last line, you actually have to push it in to release it. So, again, we'll use a pair of pliers. Push up on this fitting. Twist it around a couple times, kind of work out any of the crud and stuff that's holding that in there. All right, see how it kind of collapses in there. Okay, and there, I got that fitting off. So that's your old fuel filter. And this is your new one. So it's basically just snapping everything back into place. And it'll tighten everything down. So first we'll put this sucker back on. And make sure it fits good. Alright, and then this line gets snapped in. You'll hear it click. And then this line. Okay, so that'll click in pretty good. And then putting this all back up and in. Back up. Pull that line out of the way. All right. So that's all in. Make sure they're all nice and tight. Okay, next we're going to lower it. And we are going to lower it, reconnect the fuel relay, and check to see if there's leaks. Okay, so it's relay 29. So we'll put that back in. That's good. All right, next we're going to put the key in, energize it, and put it back up in the air. Okay, and we got it energized, and we'll see, make sure there's no leaks, and everything looks good. Like I said, just some residual left over from when we snapped everything in, but I'd say we're good to go. Okay, so that is your quick and easy fuel filter replacement on your 99 to 04 Jeep Grand Cherokee. All right. Brian from Garage Hall, thanks for watching and subscribing.